Knicks at home visiting a pesky Magic team, desperate to get their first win of the season. But Julius and Jalen would have none of it. Magic will keep it close at certain points of this game. But nevertheless, it was Julius Randle's 25. It was Jalen Brunson's 21. And RJ with a sneaky 20, second half 20, would keep the Magic at bay, man. And the Knicks win 115-102. We started last night's show. We kicked off with Knicks Weekly talking about our player of the week. And it was kind of mixed. You know, Brunson did win it. But there were a lot of fans that said, listen, Julius deserves his props. Julius deserves credit. And a lot of people picked Julius as a player of the week. Well, nevertheless, Julius showed up tonight in a major way. 25 points, 12 boards, 4 dimes, 1 steal, 10 of 19 from the field. You know, someone hit me up. I didn't see the pregame warm-ups. Someone hit me up, said Julius is doing some type of yoga, some type of meditation, or something like that, get his mind right. Hey, more power to him if this is how he's going to play. But nevertheless, bro, this is the Randle performance that this team is going to need if they are going to have a successful season. Because for me, he was an engine at times. He was a supporting cast member playing off ball. He was pushing the pace. He was hustling, getting on the boards. He was trying to go at Banchero a little bit. You know, Banchero still had his. But nevertheless, this was a solid effort by Julius Randle. Give credit where it's due.
100%, man. You got to give credit to Julius Randle tonight. Dude came in here, got his 25 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 12 rebounds, 8 on the defensive side. Went 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 2 for 9 from 3, but still an efficient, effective game from Julius Randle tonight. And you touched on all of it, man. I think the thing that, you know, there's just a couple plays that just stick out in my mind. It's when Randle's pushing the pace and he finds RJ Barrett coming down the middle of the lane, and that's an easy flush for RJ Barrett. I'm thinking about Jalen Brunson pushing the pace, coming attacking from the right side of the court, right? And you have Julius Randle playing off ball and cutting down the middle of the lane himself to get an easy dunk. Randle playing some solid defense tonight. You know, he was able to even draw offensive fouls from the Orlando Magic as well, you know, just by his positioning. Julius played an excellent game tonight. This is the type of this is what we wanted from Randle last season, because we got it from him 2 years ago when he got, you know, his second All-NBA, All-Star. Right now, he's playing at a high level, playing at an efficient level through these past 3 games. Keep it up.
Now, moving over to Brunson. Hey, this was our player of the week last week, as announced yesterday on Knicks Weekly, as voted on by the fans. Tonight, again, picking up where he left off. 21 points, 6 dimes, efficient 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, plus 17 from the floor. And he picked up 2 fouls early. Tibbs said, hey, I was just going to go stick with him just because he didn't want to interrupt his flow, didn't want to interrupt his rhythm. Stuck with him. You know, he had a couple of tricky fouls during this game, but there were some key stretches in this game where I felt like, you know, that saying now that we have a point guard. We're gonna keep rolling that out this year.
Oh, yeah, man.
We have a point guard. But there were some key stretches where I really felt like him being out there really stabilized things. And that was around the 7-minute mark in the third quarter when Orlando was coming back into the game.
Yes.
Ended up taking a 1-point lead. And then Brunson claps back with 7 straight Knicks points.
Yep.
Kind of settles things a little bit. Knicks end up running away with things in the third quarter, end up with a 14-point lead. Then in the fourth, where it was 104-98, and I think it was getting crunch time. It was about 4 minutes left. Franz Wagner had just scored. Brunson comes down, operating out of the mid-range, gets his shot up and an N1, scored it, and from right there, Knicks never looked back.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that time in the third quarter, because I tweeted out just before we hopped on, and I said I really like the second half, especially the third quarter. Orlando took the lead with 7:50 to go. Then the Knicks were able to gather themselves and take an 11-point lead with 3:24 left on the clock. From there, the Knicks never looked back, man. Once they went into the fourth quarter, Orlando brought it down to 6 with a couple left. I think it was around 6-minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. And then who again steps up to make sure that they get a 9-point lead? Jalen Brunson. He uses his footwork, gets into the paint, was able to draw a foul, man, was able to draw contact and got the and one and knock down his free throw to bring the Knicks back up to 9 points. Yo, we got a point guard. Just get the banner, man. Just hang that banner at MSG already.
We got a point guard banner is going up. Man. It's going up fast, man.
Hang that banner because Jalen Brunson is the goods. We talked about it all last season, how good he was and how he could help this Knicks team, especially when it was the rough stretches of last season. But man, Jalen Brunson, dude, you can't talk. There's not enough to say about this guy. Really, he is gritty, and I think his defense is really taking another level playing under Tom Thibodeau because obviously a head coach that loves defense. Wow, I'm just happy, man, to have this guy on this team because he's really pulled everything together, and he's finding the people at the right times.
Super, super pumped about this win. I tweeted out that if the Knicks won tonight, they would show me that they're different. They're a different team, and they handle business. I expect them to do the same on Wednesday night against Charlotte. I think just a few quick observations, and this really started in the preseason, was I think I alluded to when I called into you guys and I said the Knicks are reminding me of the team 2 years ago that established home dominance. They were playing Indiana and Washington, Detroit in the preseason, but they're starting to remind me they're taking control of the game from the start. Now, granted, the game is was tight early on in the first quarter, and Orlando was hanging around. But the Knicks are playing with energy. You're not seeing any lousy starts to the game. I think what's most evident here is by adding Brunson and Hartenstein. Those are two incredibly efficient players, right? Brunson is a low turnover, high field goal percentage, smart, savvy point guard. Hartenstein is a guy that plays limited minutes, but is super productive in those limited minutes. So just almost by osmosis, you're going to have a more efficient team. If you look at tonight, everybody across the board was pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin at 10 and 4 in 14 minutes, right? Reddish was super effective in his limited minutes. So I think that's kind of the key thing here is you're seeing a lot of efficiency. Obviously, the assists are in the 20s. They're playing a faster pace. I mean, I'm going to have to take my 48, and I'm going to have to tack on 2, and I'm going 50 burger. We're getting 50 wins. Whoa. I really believe in it right now, and I see it. I see it in this team. I'm seeing the confidence. Everything feels dramatically different. Yeah. Everything is positive so far. I expect to win Wednesday night. I expect us to split the 2 road games after that, so 3-1 in the 4-game stretch.
CP, the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. No, I'm kidding. But what I will say to you is Julius Randle looks better than he did 2 years ago because he's faster, he's smarter, he doesn't need to play on the ball. He's not a ball stopping. He's the fast pace. He's making good decisions. Everything is quick. He's playing defense. He can move laterally now. Even though he had a couple fouls, I'm fine with that because he's playing defense. And he can play on the perimeter defensively. He can last longer because he doesn't need to exert as much energy. Yeah. He's being a good leader. He's talking to the refs. He's being friendly with the refs. He's trying to get the refs on his side. Yeah. The fans are starting to cheer him on. He's starting to direct people. He's starting to become friendlier with Evan. He's meditating. Yeah. Julius Randle is back. And if people can't see that, you need to get with the program because Julius Randle, all-NBA Randle, is back. And I'll say this, when you needed a bucket, who gave it to you? MJ Burks 2.0, Mr. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is the Michael Jordan of this team. Down the stretch, when you need a bucket, on the ball. MJ Burks was off the ball when you needed a bucket. Yeah. When you need a bucket, you put the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands because he's a genius. Quickly, by the way, can't hesitate. I love the passes, but he can't hesitate when it gets to 3. Yeah, and RJ's got to get it together, CP. Yeah. CP, RJ's got to get it together. I'm sick and tired of the slow starts. He's in year whatever. He's not a rookie anymore. I trust RJ. Of course he'll figure it out because he's RJ Barrett. But I'm sick of the slow starts. Get with the program because Julius Randle is an all-NBA player, and we're winning in the playoffs this year. Here we go.
Ron from B-Boy is wilding out tonight, folks. He's feeling it. He's with the vibes right now. Julius has him feeling good. You know, if you can't watch it on video, definitely turn us on in podcast format. And shout out to all you guys for your support. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. No DSJ revenge game over here. We got to win another one. Let's go. Peace.